Anyway, thanks for speaking to us, Abel.
It's good to be here, man.
It's really good to have you. My head is still in that rap phase. You also rap apart from singing.
Yeah,
like you're multi-talented.
Yeah.
Give us something first of all.
Yo. Let's see. Give me a pen and a paper as I rewrite your creation that have my orgasm night screaming abomination. They put me here on the first flight for your information. I guess they knew that my bright light is your desolation. They saying money, yeah. All I hear is money matters. Since when did root of evil govern our human status? Yeah, that's something. I'm not as good as Mag 44. Yet.
No, you're good, man. And you speak of Mag 44, for some guys don't know, you guys are pretty much a larger group.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe tell us about the Lot House.
Okay, well, we've got a group called Lot House. This consists of myself, Pompey, Mag 44, another guy called Tio, another guy, he's a Zambian legend, name is Israel. And the group is extensive of also other parts of us. There's other guys who are kind of Lot House affiliates like Flow One, there's our band Crazy Fish, there's a girl called Tasha. And Mag 44's also got a label under him, and so does Pompey. So basically, we're all solo artists, but we come together for that one vision and our slogan is basically Africa will be saved. So we believe not only just in bringing salvation in terms of the gospel, but also liberate people from the mental slavery, basically. We believe as children of God, we're to be the heirs. We're to be at the forefront of everything, to be able to help nations grow and save people even from poverty. So we're always involved in orphanages, in hospitals, in just everywhere where we can, and also in the corporate scene as well. So. Yeah.
So that's pretty much the unconventional side of spreading the gospel.
Yeah.
And you talk about, going to the nations and Africa shall be saved.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, you guys had a concert in Uganda.
Yes.
And His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni was there.
Yes.
Was he bumping to your music?
Oh, yeah. He came and he also gave a mini speech as well, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad it wasn't a political speech. It was basically, he was just talking to youth, encouraging them, telling them to, stay out of trouble, keep showing, loving each other, and people. I mean, the crowd loved it. It was a huge honor. I mean, we were there basically for a concert. First, we were hearing, the concert is sold out. We had about 6,000 people come through, and we were just like, wow, in another country, we're coming all the way from Zambia, and you're hearing this, and then we get wind. There's news that the president is gonna come. Next thing, we're going to the venue, and I'm telling you, my guy, there's like snipers on nearly every rooftop, bro. Like, I'm just like, there's a sniper. Oh,
Rappers can't do anything funny.
Yeah, no, not anything. You couldn't do anything funny, but it was the people had such a great time. We had a great time. Our Twitters are just buzzing even up to now. So yeah, we're planning something again next year. So yeah.
We probably hope you can actually do something. President Uhuru Kenyatta can come. Keep the East African thing going.
I mean, we've been here for like 2 Groove Awards, so we're hoping that we'll be back here just to do an actual Lot House concert. Yeah, because for us, that's where our strength is. So we live music, spreading the gospel, and going in unconventional places, most places that people wouldn't go to. That's always what's caused the controversy about our group, basically, is that we'll go where people wouldn't want us to go, necessarily think we shouldn't be, and we'll still go there and make a difference. Well, the thing is, we have huge events. Our biggest events, you have like Oktoberfest. Like I've done Oktoberfest now twice in a year. Now, for people who don't know Oktoberfest is started as beer fest. So I remember the first time I was going, there was just, you just know social media was going nuts, and there was all this talk about, oh, hey boy, you're going, and you're a guy should be singing in conferences to believers. But you see, my ministry started as a street witness. So I never bumped shoulders with pastors in the streets. I never bumped shoulders with choir. So I didn't have anything to try to prove to people that I am, I have to try to make myself look Christian, or, you know what I'm saying? I know where my ministry was. So when we went there, people were going nuts. It was, but people, you realize how many people actually were listening to music. When I got off stage, there was about 12 guys just back, and these are the ones who came to talk. And each one of them just started sharing their story one by one. And one guy's waiting for another. One guy had beaten up his wife the night before, jumped in the car, came straight for October Beer Fest, and he got saved. One guy said, while you were singing, I just threw my beer on the floor, and that's how I got saved. So and that's
powerful.
those are the kind of ministries that we have. You know, we just did Day of Thunder, one of the biggest events. We had about 10,000 people. It was us, and then there was Caspanio Vest. And we did an altar call. We asked people to receive Jesus, and thousands of hands went up. People started throwing the alcohol. We don't tell people to do this, but we just know that when you allow Jesus into the heart, he begins to work. And we're all a working project. Nobody's perfect, but we just say, listen, we're not perfect, but we know who the perfect one is. And if you give him a chance, he'll do what he does best, and that's he'll make all things new.
It's really good. I mean, it really sounds you're pretty rooted in your purpose, knowing your purpose. And in terms of your career, your training was not as a musician, was it? Really, what has been your journey that you ended up in music? Why music?
I was funny thing. My first job was I used to write scripts for a soap opera. So,
so you're a soft guy. That's why you're singing, man.
You know, Consuelo, what are you doing? That was my first job. But you know, I always had music in the back of my mind, but I always was told the music is not something you can do for a living. So, you know, I tried IT, I was told to try real estate, and everything that you can think of, until the opportunity came for me to go and study ministry at Rhema in Oklahoma. And so when I graduated, I did youth ministry. And one of the things I told myself, I wasn't going to use a title at all, because what I basically wanted, I wanted people to be real with me. When I meet people, I want people like, Abel, what's up, man? And then if I talk to you, you'll open up about yourself, because I realize we live in a society where once somebody hears Pastor, Bishop, Reverend, they're like, you know, best behavior.
Yeah.
But
tucking your shirt and stuff.
The people I hang out with, the people I bump into, the people I talk to are not your basic churched people sometimes. And but they experience the love of God, because I know for a fact that that's the way Jesus was. That's the Jesus I read about in the Word of God. So my ministry credentials in terms of where I graduated and what don't really matter unless I'm on doing what I love to do. I think the ministry aspect is what even fueled the music. Yeah.
And so, if you tell us about Zambia as a musician, how easy is it for someone to live off music? Because you know, Kenya, you know, to some extent we've gotten there. There's a number of guys who live off music, but there's a time it was you want to become a musician. Your parents would say, "I'll support you, do something that can give you a salary, but still do your music on the side." How is it in Zambia?
You know, it's pretty much. I think you guys are slightly bit more. I would say a bit more advanced in terms. I think we're all struggling against the same things. You know, you have corporations who are eating off a lot. Off of artists. You find artists are getting like maybe 15-25% off their stuff. They're having to depend on shows, but they're the ones who are the creatives. They're the ones who go into the studio and make the music. They're the ones who, you know what I'm saying, who have the creativity. They pay the producers. And then when they put their music on a platform which should be able to sell, you have either people are trying to download your music for free, and then where you have platforms where you can generate income, you have companies who can make money off in other ways, want to generate huge sums of money off you. And so those are the struggles. I'm actually part of Zambia Association of Musicians, and I was elected as Secretary General for my province. So those are things I'm trying to help push. I've seen a lot of talented young people who are talented, but they don't have this opportunity that I have. I get to travel around the world. I've come a long way. I know a lot of people still don't know me, but I've come a long way where I can look after my family. My album when it came out was #1 for a whole year, you know. So financially that was good. But then I'm not satisfied when I see a young upcoming artist has a track and it's huge. It's being played, but they're not collecting royalties, or they're still, they can't even buy a car, or they still have to go and So you're working in a department store, but you're famous, and that's no disrespect to department store, but
Yeah.
you know there's that level of, you know, there has to be a level of respect for your achievements, you know. So we're still kind of fighting the same things that
Do you have
guys
any
are.
kind of like formal organizations? Like in Kenya, we've got some which we've been having our struggles with
Yeah.
artists getting their royalties and the likes. So how, I know you've touched on it a bit, but
Yeah.
how strong is it, and how much is the government helping you guys, at least as artists, to ensure that, like you've said, you've come a long
Yeah.
way, to ensure that that young upcoming artist with a banging track can actually
Yeah.
make his money?
So, like what I was saying, we're in a transition stage. So the organization that we have back home is called ZamCorps. Then we have another copywriting agency. So I've had back-to-back meetings with them, and these are the things that we're trying to basically change. So our laws are not stiff on, let's say, for example, radio stations paying royalties. I mean, radio stations can go scot-free. It's almost like, oh, we pay when we want to. So those are kind of things that we're trying to stiffen, you know, and create real laws that if you don't pay your royalties, we can actually take your radio license. So we don't care whether you're reaching hundreds of thousands of people, we can take that away. So and that's what we're trying to push for now. And so it hasn't been much of a fight, because again, one of the things on the street has always been that the people that, you know, pirate or you sell the CDs on the streets are the voters. So you know that's the political state. So those are things that we're trying to awake the government to listen. That say, if you empower musicians, they can actually be able to pay good taxes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of money.
And influence the
music.
masses who are still the voters.
Influence the masses include. In fact, if you're the government that actually fights for the musician, there's not a musician who will look back and say, you know what, you didn't do anything for me. So I think as artists, when we sing our voices, we're waiting for that government that will be able to do something. Recently, we just had elections, so I'm very hopeful that this is the period of time that we're going to see a lot of change. And so hopefully we'll keep you guys informed.
Yes. Yeah. And you're in Nairobi for a concert, Momentum conference, not even a concert, it's a conference.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
It's basically like a concert, seriously. But you know, it's so Momentum is gonna be at Carrera Community Chapel. I've been invited by them, and I've been actually for a week. It's been amazing. We're gonna be starting from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. and it's absolutely
That's on Sunday.
free. This coming Sunday. It's absolutely free. We're inviting as many people who can come through. I know there's also Zambians in Kenya. Hey, come on, Beran. So so it's gonna be amazing. And it's not just myself. There's Recap. There's Ministry of Mouth.
Yeah, I know those guys.
You know, Evelyn Mutua. The list goes on. If I missed anybody, and so it's just gonna be an amazing. Pitson is also gonna be there.
Yeah.
And so just seeing, I saw him rehearse. Oh my gosh, the way I love that. You know, I was almost like, you know, can I just sit in the crowd and just watch?
Be the international guest and just give a speech and walk out.
Thank you for coming. Bye. So yeah, so it's gonna be an amazing, and it's absolutely free because I think the ministry at Carrera Chapel has Karura. I think
Karura.
Yes, Karura.
Yeah,
I keep on messing. People
I hear
like
the R.
Carrera. No, it's not me trying to slang it.
Karura.
So, Karura Chapel. So yeah, they've just got a great passion. Pastor TC, great friend. They've got a great passion for reaching out to as many people, and that's also a passion that I have as well. You know, outreach. So we're just gonna leave those doors open, and you better come. But you know, it's gonna pack out, so you might want to get that front row seat. So from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. this Sunday at Karura Chapel, it's absolutely free, and it's called Momentum.
Momentum.
So, yeah.
On social media, it's doing Momentum KE, Momentum.
Oh, yes,
yeah, the hashtag, so you can follow that. The same thing I asked Nathaniel. Which Kenyan artists do you listen to and, you know, really, you really appreciate their work? And, you know, who would you do a collab with, or who have you done collabos with?
Okay. Do you want the honest answer?
Well, you're a Christian on national TV. I believe you should be picking the truth.
I would probably say of everyone, and I might get shot for this one. I really do enjoy listening to Sauti Soul. I think they've got good music. That's one band that I listen to. I'm like, what? Who are these guys? And so, but I've gotten an opportunity to work with Chris Baba, who's a great artist.
Yes.
He's very energetic. I love Amos and Josh's voices. In fact, we just hit the studio just yesterday. So yeah, so you'll be expecting something off their project. Different people I've gotten to mix with. Guardian Angel and I have talked about doing a collabo and for the coming future, and we actually took a nice selfie back there, so you see it. I think I also got a chance to meet people like Size 8, but I've got great relationships with your DJs as well.
All right.
Yeah, I think with your DJs because Crowbar was one of the first people to really receive us. You know, Moz, Kev, Sadiq is just a great friend. So in terms of seeing where it's gonna be, I just want to learn a lot about about Kenyan music culture and how to pick up from there. So I'm still getting some more Kenyan beats. Trust me, my flash will be full by the time I'm leaving.
Cool stuff.
Yeah.
And Anne is on the other side, keeping tabs on the social media reactions and what's been said so far. Abel would like to hear. Then probably someone will challenge him to do something new. Maybe he'll become an acrobat. Are you a comedian?
Yes, actually.
And read us some feedback. This guy will give us a joke.
I do stand-up comedy.
And what's been said?
Couple of comments here done. Bethan Juguna here says, at Abel Musuka, always good to see you doing what you are called to do. Keep it up. Can't wait to hear more. And then Hekalu here says, hey Dan, please ask Abel his favorite meal from Kenya. Okay. And then this one here, Dan, you have to give us an answer. Hashtag the Trend Fellowship. Hey Dan, that was awesome. Spoken word, and the guys are fantastic. Most love to the girl. Is she single? Mark that territory faster, faster, faster. Dan, mark territory. Umekata?
Which girl is that?
Like, kwani kulikuwa na girls wangapi kwa hiyo video? Mark that territory. Kuna fisi hapa.
In the video?
Going once.
In the video. The lady in the video is very taken. And I have evidence in front of you, if you can see it.
I don't know, umejisahau. And then another one here from Masimasika. She says, amazing artistry at Wangeshi at Dan Wange. Someone teach me that. And then we have here Gash who says, what? Ministry of Mouth, too dope. Great job, Abel and Chikwaza as well. Hashtag the Trend Fellowship, the great show. And the last one here from Emmanuel Mosho says, the Trend Fellowship is amazing. We should have this more often. The show is on fire. More fire coming. Hapa. Keep it locked.
More fire coming. Hapa. Someone
More
is saying,
fire.
Larry, travel more often. I'm not going to jeopardize my chances of coming back and having church here. Abel, you're telling us about being a comedian. You do stand-up comedy.
Yeah, so I got into it. Just a friend of mine was like, dude, because I love cracking jokes. If you checked out my Instagram and what I am such a joker sometimes. So
if you must say so yourself,
having fun. Basically I love having fun. So yeah, that's basically.
you need to tell us something that will make us laugh, though.
Oh, you want a joke?
Yeah, it better be funny.
You know,
man.
it's
You're on
never
TV.
funny when you actually say it like that.
But
okay, so I'm gonna try this one on you. Right?
all the best.
All right, so here we go. So 3 guys escape from prison, right? And so they're running. Then they check out this barn. And so they go into the barn, and then they find sacks, right? So they jump into the sacks. They all cover themselves. Then all of a sudden, the sheriff shows up at the barn, and then he tells his deputy, well, hey, why don't you kick those sacks around there and just find out what's inside them? So the guy goes, kicks the first sack, boom, boom. Then he hears, woof, woof. He's like, what's in there? Oh, just some puppies. So he goes to the next sack, kicks it twice, boom, boom. Then he hears, meow, meow. The sheriff goes, what's in there? Oh, just some kittens. Goes to the third sack, kicks it, boom, boom. Then he hears, tomatoes, tomatoes. Yeah, so, hey.
At least not throw tomatoes at you. So at Momentum, are you going to also do stand-up comedy?
No. This is strictly music.
I don't know who's
Don't
there
want
to say that fact.
don't want to jeopardize my chance of coming back. Let's just let's keep it to our skills.
All right, we'll not carry tomatoes, puppies, or kittens. Thank you for speaking to us, Abel.
No, thank you for having me.
Great to have you.
Have had a
Great to
great
have you.
time.
We'll take a break, but DJ Raf will take us there.